Holly with Stella Mari's Quilts. Welcome to our series on 50 blocks for 50 states, following along with the designs from this book. Check out the description box below for more information about that, as well as the link to today's pattern, which is for Texas. So go ahead and grab your cup of tea, and let's get started. For the Texas block, we're going to be using some simple applique to just put the whole thing together, and it'll come together really quick. We're going to need a 12.5-inch square of our medium, which is the background part of the block. We're going to need a 12.5-inch square of our light and an 11.5-inch square of our dark. I'm going to use a finished edge applique method to do this block. If you want to do the raw edge method, you can. You're just going to use double-sided interfacing. This has paper back here and your fusibles here. First, you'll trace your template onto the paper side. You'll fuse this to the back of your fabric, cut it out, and then fuse it all together. I'm going to go through the steps today with the finished edge method. These are large appliques. The finished edge method works really well for this, and so that's what I like to do whenever I can. So first, the pattern is going to come with some templates. This is my circle template, which I'll be cutting out of my light. First, I'm going to go ahead and just trim around it a little bit, just so I have less paper to work with. You don't really have to. I just kind of like having a little less. And on my interfacing here, this is interfacing that's used with clothing construction. So you have a smooth side that has no glue to it, and then you have a bumpy side where there's the glue. We are going to actually trace the circle on the smooth side. To do that, I want to be able to trace it in quadrants. And my interfacing is thin enough that I can actually line this up right here, just like this, with my quadrant. I'm going to take my marking pencil here. You can use whatever tool works for you. I try to stay away from pens a lot of times just because, depending on the pen, it can actually bleed through on your fabric. So you do want to make sure you test that before you actually use a pen. Typically just a ballpoint pen is fine, but be careful of like gel pens or anything like that. Okay. So I'm basically just going to trace this around to make my circle. Now that I've got two quadrants drawn, I have my center marking here, I should be able to just lay this down, center, and just keep drawing my circle. Now that I'm done with that, I'm going to put the right side of my fabric and the glue side of my interfacing together. Hope you can see the circle drawn in the camera view there. And when I take this over to the sewing machine, I'm going to actually sew on this drawn line all the way around. Go ahead and put that aside for right now. And we'll look at the second applique piece that we need. The second applique piece is a star. The pattern has it come in 3 sizes. It's just kind of too big to put on an 8.5 by 11 paper. So I'm just going to kind of cut away some of the extra fabric here because we have to put together our template. I'm going to cut this one a little bit closer so that it lines up easier. Okay, now I've got my 3 pieces, and I'm going to just match up the sides of the template that are labeled the same. So I've got my A with my A, my B's with my B here. I'm just going to get this all lined up. Make sure that point matches that point up there. And I'm just going to put a couple pieces of tape on here just to hold it all together so that it doesn't shift while trying to trace the star. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the circle. I have the smooth side of my interfacing facing up, and I'm just going to lay it over my star, and I'm going to trace. The interfacing does kind of want to shift sometimes, so I'm just trying to be careful to prevent it from shifting. And then this star I'm going to pair with my dark fabric. So I have the right side of my dark, the glue side of my interfacing together, and I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to sew on the drawn line. Now that I've sewn on the drawn line for both my circle and my star, I've gone ahead and trimmed away the extra fabric. For the star, I made sure to clip at these corner points almost all the way to the stitching, but not quite. You don't want to cut through that stitch line. And I trimmed away excess at the points on the ends. For the circle, I used my pinking shears so that as I flip this around, the edge will lay nice and flat. If you don't have pinking shears, you'll want to just cut with your normal scissors, but then you'll want to come through and you'll want to clip your curves by just cutting small slits along the edge without going through your stitch line. Then what you're going to do is you're going to separate your interfacing with your fabric, kind of pull it nice out there. You'll clip a slit. I've already done that for my circle. And then you will flip it right side out. For your circle, you're just going to want to make sure you go around the edge, all the way around, and just make sure all of the fabric is pushed out nice and smooth, keeping that circle. So that when you lay it down on your fabric here, make sure this is nice and smooth. You have a nice smooth circle all the way around. You're going to want to center this. You can center it by folding your background, which is our medium fabric, into quarters, and then just pressing at the outside edge. This will give you a nice crease that you can use as your center lines to line everything up with. On your circle, you can also then just finger press that by coming through, fold it in half, give it a nice finger press, fold it in half again, and get that finger press up at the top here. So when you open it back up, you can line up those markings with the markings on your background. And then we want to just press. Follow your manufacturer's instructions for your interfacing. I'm not trying to get a great press right now because I'm going to press again with the star. I'm just trying to get it down pretty good so it just doesn't shift. It's not quite all the way pressed down, but it's going to hold it in place good enough for right now. I'm going to do the same process with my star. I'm separating the interfacing from the fabric, I'm going to do a little slit here. Probably need a little bit bigger one. And I'm going to turn this right sides out. Now with all these points, you do want the points to be nice and pointy. So I am going to use a turning tool here. Trying not to poke through my interfacing. This one might be a little, it should work. Poke out all of my start legs. I'm gonna finish flipping it first. Taking my time. You don't want to poke through your fabric. It's okay if you poke through your interfacing, not ideal, but you do want to get those points pushed out nicely. Another tool that can help is if you have a pair of tweezers, they're thinner at the top than my turning tool is, so that can also be a little bit helpful. Getting everything pushed out. Sometimes with the tweezers too, what I can do is I can kind of pinch the end and then push, and it kind of forces it up a little bit more. So it can be helpful. Just want to take your time. Really try not to push through the interfacing. Kind of getting the turning tool more on the fabric side and just gently, gently push. When you're cutting out your star, making sure you have a very little fabric at those points outside of the seam is going to help with making sure that you can get these points turned. The bulk is going to cause more issues. Then I'm going to just lay my star in the center here. I'm going to get it placed where I want it. Nice and centered. And then I'm going to just press. All right, now that it's pressed in place, the interfacing is going to help hold it while I go ahead and do some top stitching. So I'm just going to top stitch around my star and then around my circle. And here's the finished Texas block. Thank you for joining me today working on the Texas block. This block comes together so quick with all just the applique. I hope you enjoyed this and you continue journeying through this series with us. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out when the next block is released. Until next time, cheers and happy quilting.